welcome back to The Tricky File, the podcast where we turn regulatory twists and tricky files into closed loans and bigger opportunities. I'm your host, Yvette Nishek, your guide through the ever-evolving non-QM landscape. Today in episode 12, CFPB, TRID, and decision changes, faster closings for cash-out refi. The CFPB is actively seeking feedback on TRID timing rules and 3-day right of decision, with potential exemptions for cash out refinances that could be a game changer for non-QM investors and DSCR borrowers tapping equity. No formal proposal yet, but these possible shifts could reduce friction and speed up closings for your core clientele. We'll break down what's happening, what it means for non-QM, a real-world equity access case study, and actionable tips to stay ahead. Let's dive into the latest regulatory opportunity. What's the CFPB considering? TRID timing and rescission rules. The CFPB is gathering public input on potential updates to two key consumer protection rules. TRID timing, the TILA-RESPA integrated disclosure rules, govern the loan estimate and the closing disclosure timelines. Current requirements create mandatory waiting periods that can delay closing. Right of rescission. The 3 business day cooling off period for certain refinances, especially cash out, where borrowers can cancel the loan. A big area of interest is possibly exempting or streamlining rescission for cash out refinances. This matters hugely for non-QM because cash out refis are a staple for investors and DSCR borrowers pulling equity to buy more property, renovate, or access capital. If changes move forward, we could see faster closings, less uncertainty, and reduced friction. Exactly what aggressive non-QM lenders and brokers need. Why this matters for non-QM and cash-out refis. Non-QM lenders already lean heavily on cash-out refinances for real estate investors scaling portfolios via DSCR loans, borrowers with complex income who need equity access without strict agency DTI rules, high net worth clients optimizing cash flow. Current rescission rules add extra days and risk. Borrowers can walk away and timing gets tricky. Streamlining or exempting cash outs could speed up the entire process, make non-QM more competitive with conventional, open more equity tapping opportunities in today's market. Of course, consumer protections remain important. The CFPB is balancing speed with safeguards. Stay tuned as comments are reviewed and any formal proposal emerges. Real tricky file case study. Well, there really isn't a case study yet because it hasn't happened. But let's wait and see what happens. Actionable pro tips to prepare and capitalize. Here are my top tactics while these pages develop. Monitor the CFPB closely. Submit comments if you have strong insights from the non-QM trenches. Build strong cash out files now. Emphasize reserves, DSCR strength, and clear equity use to make them bulletproof. Communicate timelines transparently. Set client expectations around current TRID rescission rules. Partner with flexible non-QM lenders. Know who moves fast on cashed out refis and equity access deals. Position equity access as strategy. Help investors see cash out refis as portfolio growth tools. Document everything thoroughly. Strong files will benefit most if rules loosen. Stay educated. Regulatory shifts create competitive advantages for informed brokers. In closing, the CFPB potential changes to TRID timing and rescission rules could meaningfully speed up cash out refinances, a huge win for non-QM's investors and equity tapping clients. While we wait for the next steps, preparing strong files positions you to capitalize. If you have a cash out refi or equity access file in the works, email me the details at yvette@fifthstreetcap.com. That's YVETTE at fifthstreetcap.com. We might break it down anonymously in a future episode. Next time, we're exploring another fresh non-QM angle: fix and flips and rehab loans, financing the renovation boom. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, or anywhere you get your podcasts. Leave a review if this episode keeps you ahead of the regulatory curve. Share your thoughts on how these changes could impact your business in the comments or DM me. This is The Tricky File, where regulatory shifts become new opportunities. I'm Yvette Mishek. Now go tap that equity wisely. Bye.